Hello and welcome back for part 5 of the von Carstein Lord and Hironi campaign. And yeah, already went through those magic item notifications. So we had the choice between coming over to fight this small army coming in to attack us from Averland and staying the course and trying to just wipe out Averland, and decided to just wipe out Averland. So I think all I'm going to do here is take this level up on the Necromancer, then go ahead and launch that assault. Just double check. I don't believe they have any troops left at all.
Do not waste my time.
Right, they have one lord left who's in the settlement. Hopefully that's their faction leader and we can actually pick up another Bloodcurse, but I suspect he's actually still out of action, wounded. So Isabella can launch the attack. Yeah, it's some other guy. Alright, no worries. Yeah, so we have a strong advantage over them, even with just Isabella's troops.
Death and destruction.
Oh, that's interesting.
If this is bad news, I'll poke out your eyes.
Yeah, so this is the Greenskin tribe from down this way. So they're at war with Carrick Hearn, who are the dwarves who have been irritatingly raiding me the whole game. And they're also at war with the Golden Order. I was considering, after I made the last video, offering to go to war against the Greenskin faction to possibly get a non-aggression pact with Balthasar Gelt. I imagine he won't accept it, but if they've got an army stationed here, that's not a particularly dangerous army, but yeah, I definitely don't want to be starting a new war. Okay, well, they can just hang out here. Alright.
This better be important. Move! This better be important. Night March, King of Darkness.
Yep, just getting everyone positioned here. Okay, Vlad. Yeah, that's right. Vlad was the leader in the assault on Averheim, so he's gonna have to force march, but that's okay. Let's just stick him up on this north side.
Swifter than death. I have maimed others for less.
Yeah, you need to get a bit closer there, buddy.
Blood.
This is the usual little issues with positioning of too many lords at once. Alright, is that gonna work?
No mercy.
It is. Okay, let's go ahead and get this fight done.
Massacre them.
Yeah, and I'm actually,
Bring them death.
let me just decide what I want to do with the settlement after I take it.
Not possible.
So it's got, so we'll take it at tier 2, and it'll probably come in with a barracks building and the resource building. Okay, that's too bad. It would be nice if I could actually take it with a public order building, but that's yeah, whatever. And
No.
Attack.
so if I sack it, 5,400 for the sack value. Yeah, that's a lot, but I don't have anyone of enough movement to actually occupy this turn, right? Oh, I do. Huh. Okay, so I have the option to sack and occupy. We already have public order issues in this region, although yeah, the thing about this is that the revolt in, because I have the assuming I keep control of Averheim, a revolt would appear near Averheim, and they can't launch the assault on the turn that they spawn, even if my garrison's kind of weak because of the walls here. So having revolts in this region is not, or this province is not that bad. So I think I might sack and occupy Grenstadt because that 5400 money is super tempting. All right, I'll fight the battle on the side, I suppose.
Annihilate them.
Yeah, we could auto resolve this, no problem, I think, but let's just make sure everyone finishes with full HP. The only thing that's a little dangerous is they're two, like the Empire captain in the garrison and this lord. We'll just have to drop the beguiling debuff on them and focus them down. Then the rest of their troops won't put up much of a fight at all, I think.
Isabella von Carstein. Yes. I'm in your thrall.
Very good.
I obey.
Alright, and the white is on his horse. Yeah, and only Vlad's on force march, and I don't think that's going to result in him really taking much damage. So they've got swordsman, halberdiers. Okay, so the guy on the horse will come around on this right hand side as we look at it, so he avoids the halberdiers.
As you command. You will.
Take a bit of crossbow fire, but it's only 2 units. They just can't do much.
It shall be done. I thirst. Yes.
Yeah, this guy's actually doing a fine job of distracting the crossbowmen.
End them.
Yeah, he took a chunk of damage just from those first 2 heroes. Yeah, he's getting absolutely wrecked, in fact. Hopefully we can just kill him outright. Yeah, he might be able to get away here. Depends if we can... Yeah, we can't sort of muscle our way through his soldiers super well, but no problem. Alright, and let's drop the bounce spell on this huge clump of soldiers. And I guess we can do a wind blast too. Yeah, that's... Picking up this item with the bound wind blast is great. Gonna help out so much in these battles. We barely need to do any actual healing casts because the Necromancer's Regeneration Aura is just keeping everyone alive. Right, so this is Empire Captain here, who we can gang up on and take out. Yeah, he's gonna have a bad time.
We rule the night. Very well. Queen of Darkness.
Alright, the generals come back in, but this is 8 against 2, and our characters are just so strong. They have no chance. Yeah, this guy's dead. Oh, one more hit, yeah.
Endless night.
Master of the undead.
Get another wind blast down.
Attack!
It doesn't do the most damage, but it's still pretty effective. Yeah, enemy lord's dead. Yeah, battle's won.
Swiftly.
Shouldn't need to do any extra healing. No, that regen aura is really strong. I think having one Necromancer in this army, even though it's going to be mostly vampires, is a good choice. Alright, I can have the White King run units down, but there's not much point. They're getting wiped out anyways. This is a fight in the settlement. Yeah, 200 kills in Isabella. That bounce spell is, yeah, against a big clump of infantry. The Sword of Stone does a lot of damage, and we picked up a second one too. I guess I'd give that to Vlad. Okay, so here's the choice I was going over earlier. So if I sack it, I'm only going to be able to take it at tier 1, whereas if I just occupy it, I'll take it at tier 2. But I think at this stage of the campaign, that 5,000 money is more valuable than an extra tier on this settlement. Looking at the buildings it had already, they don't really matter much, so it's not like I'll be missing out much there. So Isabella's going to go ahead and sack. And then... ooh, another boost campaign movement range, very nice. Yeah, and then...
I hunt. King of
oh,
darkness.
hold on, yeah, this guy can still come and occupy.
All die.
Yeah, there we go.
My bloodline calls.
So, province secured and faction destroyed, excellent. Okay,
What do you want?
yeah, so we just took the pottery building. That actually gives me 100 income, it's not the worst. I will go ahead and repair this, it's a small fraction of the money we just made, and public order is going to be a big problem here, clearly. Yeah, this army can't reach us to launch an attack, we'll just stay here for a turn. There's no need to split my troops up, I don't need to protect Averheim.
No.
Because even though they can get armies to besiege it, they're not going to be able to launch the assault immediately. So it's a really useful thing about walls, and the fact that the major settlements get them by default, or most of them do.
Von Carstein.
Okay, so no extra equipment from that battle, except the manservant, but level ups. Yeah, so I already have the hero capacity boost on vampires. I'm going to try and get towards Necrarch and get that local province growth boost, but as I talked about last time, I don't need to put another point into this. The hero action cost minus 10% isn't worth it, I don't think. I'd rather get points in Ancient Cunning to boost ambush success chance, since that could come into play.
No.
Isabella's at rank 9, can pick up Wind of Death now. And 1 rank away from Arcane Conduit on my vampire heroes, it's very nice. Alright, Foe Seeker, yeah, speed and vigor, that's great. Just work his way up towards Deadly Onslaught.
No.
Okay, and you... sure, just grab a second point of Children of the Night.
Unstoppable.
Yep. Oh, Vlad does get... yeah, sometimes the skills are a little rearranged for the Legendary Lords, but he does get the boost to growth too, which is what I'm working towards. Okay, very good. So...
More sleep shine.
certainly we need to get Vampiric Corruption going as fast as possible. We're not going to tax this region because we're already... public order's already extremely bad.
Yes.
This guy on his own isn't doing anything in the settlement because we control 2. So, yeah, it rounds down, it rounds the half down. This would be 1 unit over 2 settlements, which would round to 0 for military presence, so... it would only be useful to have units here if it was Isabella, and if anything, I want to be starting to move back up this way. Let's see here. What about Steingart? So there's this river crossing, which I believe, I mean, you can kind of see that the vampire, this vampire who has no movement left, can't get to Steingart in 1 turn. He'd have to stop at the river crossing, and I'm pretty sure the converse is true for people like coming from Steingart towards us. So even if Geralt declares war on me this turn, I'm confident he can't actually launch an attack. So Isabella... Yeah, Isabella can
I know the way.
move like this. I'm not going to risk having her enforce march.
This better be important.
Also because I don't know what these silly orcs are going to do. I'd be very surprised if they attacked us, but I've seen stranger things happen. Alright, Vlad's already on force march, so let's have him
I shall go. Sleep is
move
for
over
the
here.
living. This better be important.
And you can't get back there, no, so I want you
I
to...
hunt.
Oh, you can't force march either. Well, that's too bad. Okay, it's not a problem though. I'm not anticipating being attacked over the end turn here. Okay. There's not much we can do in this region, just because I obviously ransacked it, but as I was saying, I'm not too concerned about revolt starting here, providing my troops are here to come and relieve the siege. If you control the major settlement in a province, then the revolt always spawns near there, so there won't be a revolt down here that could possibly attack Grinstad in a single turn. Alright, so all that movement looks fine. We got another technology, which is growth and income, that's great. So now what do we want? Both of these are good. Yeah, we want all this stuff eventually. Ooh, diplomatic relations with other factions is actually quite nice, I think. Alright, this we don't need, but this, the choice is, do we want to go for this, which is a kind of a dead end of the skill tree, or do we want to just continue here? I think the vampiric corruption is a big deal as we're trying to take over the empire. And 15% income and plus 15 growths, fine to pick up at some point, but not a priority. Alright. Great. So thanks to all that extra money coming in this turn, I can do some more development. I have no more heroes I can recruit right now, although I will be able to start building this up to tier 2, which will give me an extra necromancer slot. Let's just have a look at how expensive it would be to get an extra lord here. Yeah, so the master necromancer is the cheapest, but I don't think a secondary, yeah, an army with a couple of extra heroes in the short term would best be this vampire lord plus, say, a few necromancers. There's not much that army can do, but there's more than if it was just master necromancer plus necromancers. Like, yeah, low level master necromancers just aren't as strong. So that would cost me 764. Let's maybe spend my gold on upgrades and just have a think about it. Let's definitely get this going. Yeah, that's a little extra income. This doesn't do anything for me, right? Oh, it's just 5 extra growth, plus 1 hero recruitment for rent for necromancers. It's just 6,000 is too much for that effect. I'm already getting the hero capacity, which is the main thing from this tier. So let's leave that. So this way, we could build defenses, or improve the defenses more. Yeah, this garrison's not strong. They do have the walls, that's the main strength of Temple Half is just having those walls and being able to hold out for a turn. Or I could do... Well, Vampiric Corruption I don't need in this settlement. I need it in the adjacent province. But do I want to spend 6,000 on that? Not really. I think I'd rather go for this building and try and get another Necromancer available. And sure. little extra income here is useful. I want to grab that building eventually. May as well do it now, I think. Yeah, so how much tax am I missing out on here? 370. So let's ignore the change in corruption, which probably will help me a little on public order over what it's saying here. But the conquest penalty goes away next turn, and the provincial instability goes down by 1 each turn. So that's only going to be minus 20 next turn. So if I tax it, it goes to minus 72. No, taxing it or not is not making a difference here in terms of when the revolt occurs. So I should go ahead and tax it. Is that also the case in the moot? So this goes to... No, it buys me an extra turn in the moot, right? That extra 4 public order, because this goes to minus 71. Then minus 85, then minus 98. Yeah, so this does matter, and it's very little gold anyway, so I think this is the correct decision. Okay, so I do have a fair amount of gold left, and this is the only other building I can do, which I'm not interested in, like I said. Oh, Disciplined Necromancer, that would be it's a good trait to pick up next. Let's try and have a think about enemy troop movements. So Needling doesn't have any soldiers in.
Von Carstein, a curse upon the Empire for centuries.
Sadly, I think
What
this
do you
guy's
want?
likely to declare war on me in the next couple of turns, because he
Sigmar's
doesn't have anything
will.
better to do, essentially.
Yes.
Let's look at this.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not
The
interested in
Bright
non-aggression
Order are
pact.
seeking targets for their initiates to practice
But
on.
what if I offer to declare war on Black Venom? No, he still doesn't want a non-aggression pact. Okay. Yeah, she's really doing me a solid here by also fighting against Sterland and Ostermark, but she hates me. Yeah, we just have to hope she doesn't decide to also declare war on us. We have 2 enemies already. I think she probably won't.
Speak no quickish. Tough. I'm.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
What you want?
We could possibly get a treaty, yeah, non-aggression pact with the Bloody Spears, but that doesn't achieve anything. They have their hands full of the dwarves. I don't think, yeah. Signing non-aggression pacts just for the sake of signing them is not something you want to do, because it just ends up penalising relations with other factions a lot of the time.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Let's see, these dwarves don't like me at all.
You dare approach a Lord of the Dowie in such a manner?
Well, hopefully at the very least, the presence of this army here will encourage the dwarves to stop raiding me and come, you know, beat the snot out of this guy. We'll have to just see. Do I want an extra vampire lord right now? I think the answer's got to be no. I can't get more than 4 armies fighting together at once, and so she wouldn't really be doing anything. I say she because it would be Shinmia here. She's not really going to be gaining experience if she's not fighting in battle. She'll just be costing me lots of gold. I don't have more characters to put into her army anyway, so let's just sit on this gold. Last thing, just check with Manfred.
My king, it is night. Sylvania greets thee, friend.
So let's see. Does he want to join war against anybody? No. I don't think it actually... Having him here actually helps me in the sense that if he wasn't here, I'd have to be worried about attacks from this front, but I don't necessarily want to get him involved in my wars over this way, because I want all this territory for myself. So I think my relationship with Manfred is totally fine as it is, and I'll just... I won't try and arrange any other agreements. Oh, nuts. I should have thought harder before ending the turn, because I should have assigned magic items.
I do not
That was a bit
words with
careless.
the weak. Leave me.
Oh, you are declaring war. Oh boy, alright. Okay, here comes Sterland. Yeah, this is another war declaration, right? Surely. Yeah. Okay, here comes that army I was talking about. Ooh, and the dwarves and orcs are fighting each other. Good. And the dwarves lost. And can they follow up and wipe out the army? No. Well, the good news is that no one's raiding me. I'm not thrilled to have a big pile of orcs and gobos on my border, but it is what it is. If they want to fight the dwarves, I don't care too much about that. I think I've got my hands full further up north here. So what are we looking at? Still probably low tier units, at least nothing too strong here.
I can't.
Yep, definitely want to come up and relieve the siege. I'm just wondering... I think we could be left in a bit of an awkward position here because... I imagine this army will withdraw and I won't be able to finish it off.
All shall know me and tremble.
Yeah, Vlad barely has enough movement to actually get up there. I can launch the attack from the garrison. I guess that's something.
You dare?
Speak.
Okay, Necromancer got a level up over the end turn, so let's just grab that. And yeah, back working on magic.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Now they'll see.
Well, there was a fight there, but it was... That's really funny. They barely did any damage to each other. Huh. Guess orders will be like that sometimes. Okay, so Isabella can't come up to launch this attack herself. And Vlad barely can. Is this army going to withdraw? It probably is. So this is 13 units, and military presence is showing us 6, so that's not all they have here. They've got another 5, 6, 7 units that must be in over here somewhere. Okay, I'm not too concerned about that, but the point is they'll have most of a stack available to start moving out next turn.
No.
This army isn't too dangerous, and it's also on force march, although sadly I don't believe I can actually attack it and kill it this turn. No, that's too far away. Alright. So this Vampire Lord's the furthest back. He can't reach to reinforce here. Hopefully this Lord can.
The world will drown in blood.
I can't.
I don't want Vlad to actually launch the attack. I don't think. That just takes up his movement. I'll launch the attack from the garrison. I'm not concerned at all about winning this battle or having a particular character launch the attack. I just don't think it's going to be very difficult.
I am gone.
And we'd only get the garrison plus 3 other armies in battle anyway, so the fact that this guy's out of range doesn't matter too much. So I'll move him up here. But not right now. Okay, and everyone is correctly in reinforcement range.
Bring their life force.
Great, and I was able to bring them to battle. That's the main thing I wanted. If they'd withdrawn there, it could have been slightly annoying. This is not going to be a problem at all. I don't know what this balance of power is all about. Like, we've seen how these battles go, right? I have a lot of weak units in the garrison, but they won't participate in the battle at all. So I think I think I'm not going to get punished by for my mistake of not assigning like that second scroll with the a sort of stone spell this turn, but must remember to do it before the end turn for sure. Okay, decent roll of magic. And all these units are going to just hide at the back and not participate. This is a job for vampires and wights and necromancers, not for zombos and skellies and bats.
Do not mock me.
Alright, and oh, they are advancing towards us a bit, but yeah, there shouldn't be any risk of garrison units getting somehow beaten up. There is the general here, but yeah, I'm just not going to involve that unit in fighting, it's not a problem. They don't have any cavalry. A couple of units of crossbowmen plus the swordsman, so don't think there's any real subtlety needed here.
Swiftly. I thirst.
I love the White King approaching from this side. Because he's on a horse, he does suffer penalties from fighting in the woods, so I guess I can just have him hang back. I don't want him getting into combat too far ahead of everyone else. What was that? Their general must have a bound spell of some sort. Well, it didn't really do anything. Oh no, hold on. Oh, they have a hunt master. Right, okay.
Isabella von Carstein.
Yeah, I should have paid more attention to that. It doesn't matter.
Isabella. See them tremble. Agreed.
Are you just throwing away the swordsman unit? Guess so. Take those. Yeah, this guy is actually going to do quite a lot of damage with his arrows. It's not going to be a problem here because he doesn't have enough of a troops to, you know, stop us. Alright, where are you going? Yeah, maybe units are hidden, so hopefully they don't... Yeah, good, they're just all clumping up here.
I am darkness. For Sylvania.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage from this sort of stone. Very nice. I'm tempted to use magic against these crossbowmen because I'm not going to be able to wipe this army out. Let's not do a Wind of Death, let's just do a Penumbral Pendulum. Yeah, that was a reasonable cast. Did a lot of damage anyway.
Night has fallen.
Okay, let's try and get... Everyone here try and focus on their general. And White King try and actually start running down these crossbows.
Blood von Carstein.
I guess the White's sort of stuck in combat. Alright, no worries. You know what, I can actually have these bats come up and help with the running down. As I said at the beginning, it's not that I'm like not allowing garrison units, it's just they just don't really help me fight, so I don't need them.
I will.
Alright, this is a reasonable Wind of Death cast, I think. Yes, it uses a lot of magic, but this is going to also help whip down these units that I might not be able to finish off. Yeah, try and focus on those crossbowmen. Yeah, their army's broken. Good. Let's get the bats to chase down some of these units. You, I want you to go after the crossbowmen as much as possible. The Necromancer is the only one who's damaged, and he actually has the regeneration aura, so yeah, it doesn't matter if my people get split up a bit.
End them!
Bats, in my experience, are really poor at running down units, but it's not like my other units are good, so... Yeah, they're never going to kill that lord, it's a waste of time. Try and focus on these other units.
Bow before me!
Yeah, get down one more invocation on the Necromancer, that'll heal everyone here to full. You having any luck with this? Yeah, bats have 4 kills. We need a few more kills in that unit for it to get wiped out. I guess there's only very few units left, or only a quarter of the entities left in these bat units, so that's why they're not very good at running units down. Okay, they actually got him to below 10% though. Yeah, great. So that unit's gone for good. That unit just got off the battlefield. Alright. How are you doing over here? Okay-ish, I suppose. Trying to get... yeah, try and kill more of this crossbowman if you can. Unfortunately, I think we're not going to be able to get them down to under 10%. Or maybe we can if they just mill around for a bit. Yeah, that's working. It's good. Alright, good enough. Yeah, we more or less took out this army. Not quite, but I was mainly concerned about a lot of these troops getting away, then somehow teaming up with another army. You know, they bring in another army in the next couple of turns, but we did decent damage to them. Okay, this replenishment only applies to the garrison, and I don't particularly care about that. And I don't care about that on the garrison as a buff either, so let's just get the dark magic. Yes, they retreat. Oh, they're also taking attrition, of course. Corpse Thief. Post-battle chance of stealing a magic item, that's nice. Another magic weapon. Banner of Swiftness. Okay. Well, the Banner of Swiftness, let's just assign this stuff right now so I don't forget. Line of sight, campaign movement range, yeah, these should definitely stay on Isabella. Banner of Swiftness as well. Unless, Banner of Swiftness on Vlad is actually decent.
More sleep shines.
He doesn't get a mount, does he? No. Alright, yeah, let's keep the Banner of Swiftness on Vlad.
Join me for dinner.
Vlad von Carstein.
Let's also switch these scrolls around. Actually, I think he already has the...
What do you want?
Yeah, let's put the Fear of Aramar on this Overlord Wulfric, and put the second Assault of Stone scroll onto Vlad. There we go. Okay.
My bloodline calls.
Yeah, the Corpse Thief would be good too. This Black Cat I'm pretty sure can go on almost anyone, so let's not have it on Isabella. Yeah. Some of the followers are just best reassigned to the heroes. That's already on a white, it's okay. So who's getting that weapon? Melee attack, weapon strength plus 5%. So I think a flat... Yeah, so this probably goes on... This is probably best on a Vampire Lord, or whoever has the strongest melee stats already, because that boost to melee damage is most effective on characters who are hitting more often.
Devourer of light.
So probably that can just stay on this guy. Although, with the buffs from Isabella's trait, these hero vampires almost have as high melee attack. Yeah, he can hold up to that. Arcane Conduit, awesome. Well, that is going to help a huge amount with magic during these battles. Really good milestone to hit. And rank 10 for the white. More melee defense. He's probably got enough of that now. So leadership, hit points, those are both tempting. Yeah, let's go for hit points. I'm not prioritizing his offensive abilities at all. I mainly want survivability. I think, given all the healing we have, boosts to defensive stats and stuff are just effective. If we have enough healing, we can grind down even very large numbers of enemy troops. So,
You dare.
Not possible.
alright, this unit's on force march and also taking a bunch of attrition, so that's good. I'm a bit concerned about what's going to come out of Averland in the next few turns, and also his Dredger. Oof. So because she declared war, I'm sure she is. Yeah, I'm sure she is coming to actually attack now.
My king, I am pleased thou attendest me.
How do you feel like, how about attacking her? How about if I attacked Ostland? How about if I attacked Ostland and Bone Rattlers? No, he's not interested. Yeah, the trouble here is I'm not sure I can get troops up to actually relieve that siege when she lays siege. I'm not sure what the rest of the army is, but even the fact that, you know, between her and these two heroes, that's already going to be too much for the garrison, surely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, that's a setback. I'm likely to get this settlement raised then, I suppose. I think I should cancel this construction at the very least. When the settlement's under siege, you don't get to continue that anyway, so you know, even if she besieges for a few turns, it's going to be like these buildings will be on hold, and I think sadly I'm going to be losing this. She's going to raise it too, which sucks, but it's okay. I mean, it's just part of the I think part of the issue at the start of any Vampire Counts campaign, particularly now Drytra's here, as opposed to whatever was there before the new DLC, like, even without the restriction of Lords and Heroes only, you can end up in this situation with lots of enemies and not being able to cover everywhere, so...
My bloodline calls.
Okay, let's bring you up here. So you're in reinforcement range. Yeah, so if anyone attacks him,
No.
everyone else comes to help. That's fine. He doesn't need to force march then. And... do I want to move Vlad at all? Here's the problem. I kind of want to continue attacking and try and, you know, wipe out the people who declared war on me as fast as possible, but I'm going to just end up losing too much up here. I really didn't think Drytra would declare war when she's already fighting to other people. Oh well.
This better be important.
More
Okay.
mausoleums to defy.
I think I'm not going to be able to really push out west further here. I'm going to have to just try and take care of these armies here and probably head back up this way. So let's have this Necromancer scout back closer to home rather than just wander off west. Public order here is really bad, and I am going to get a revolt here in 2 turns. Okay, can I stop that though? Yes, I can, because this is going to be minus 16. No, I'm doing the math wrong. Yeah, so there's going to be a rebellion in 2 turns, irrespective of whether it's taxed. Okay, well, in that case, tax it. Okay, and this quest for the Isabella's item, move a character to Stirland, which is up here. Well, I can probably do that with my Necromancer hero next turn.
I will not betray you.
Yeah, we assigned all this stuff. And do the level ups. Trouble is, if Castle Templehof falls, then the fort falls the turn after, right? Because there's no defenses here at all. Even ignoring the troops that are over here, it takes me 2 turns to get back over there. It's really unfortunate I can't get Manfred to declare war on her. I don't think it's a good idea to start upgrading this. Oh, there's also the issue that Telebackland and Stirland could have more troops come down from this side, so the fort's already very exposed. Maybe... okay. I think I can talk myself into trying to build up some defenses, but not any of the other stuff. So how about recruiting another vampire lord here, even though she wouldn't necessarily be achieving too much. I've actually got more gold than I can spend currently, which is not a situation I imagine myself in. And I'm spread a bit too thinly here. The trouble is, I can't make 2 strong groups, right? I really don't want to weaken this group much, because otherwise they won't be able to take on a full stack at once. But at the same time, I need a significant amount of force to be able to actually beat even this army. Like, it doesn't cost me that much gold to recruit a vampire just to try and like slightly bolster Castle Templehof and maybe try and like do more damage to some of Drytra's units or whatever. She'll be taking attrition if she besieges. That's one good thing. Maybe she doesn't have to besiege though. Don't see anyone with siege attacker here. It doesn't help that I'm not super familiar with what's in her army roster. Okay, let's go for the defenses here. And I think since I have the gold, okay, you know what? I will recruit this vampire and stick her in Templehof, even though she's very likely to die. She's immortal, so she can't actually die. Losing 1 battle is unlikely to give her like a negative trait. So yeah, the Bloodline Lamian vampires are really nice. This definitely vigor ability, perfect vigor, so strong. She can get the zombie dragon like the other vampire lords. She gets this bonus, which is decent. Yeah, hero action cost minus 50%. She's just a really good lord, and I want to recruit her at some point. So it's not like I wouldn't be paying that recruitment cost later. I am just paying extra upkeep for a couple of turns, but
This night,
I think I'm willing to essentially slightly boost my defenses here. I don't want to build another, get another lord over, because If a lord's outside the settlement, then Drycha can actually take advantage of that and attack that lord instead of the garrison and not have to lay siege possibly, but paying a little for some extra defences when I've got a big surplus of money is okay. Not a situation I want to be in, obviously, but acceptable. Alright, these vampires are staying put for now. It's 2 turns. Yeah, it's 2 turns before I get back up to the fort, and I'm surely having to fight off more armies. I really don't want to lose Averheim, though. Well, I don't want to lose Templehof either. Okay. Campaign has gotten more difficult, as I figured it would. Okay, we've done everything here, though. Yeah, and there's nothing else I can really spend gold on. Oh, yep. I guess this makes sense. So she's attacking the fort because you can just take it in 1 turn. Yeah, fair enough. So what's in her army? Now this army's quite scary. Malevolent Dryads, they're decent melee troops, definitely a lot stronger than the low tier stuff I've been fighting. Deepwood Scouts. Okay, they don't have amazingly high armor piercing, but they're still good archers. A Malevolent Tree Man. Well, that's going to be tricky to take down. Feral Manticore, not as tough, but also annoying. These don't look very dangerous. Giant Wolves, they don't look very dangerous either. And then Bats, yeah, they don't look dangerous either. So it's the Malevolent Treeman, Manticore, and then the Lord and Heroes. I'm thinking in terms of when I'm fighting it with my main army. Obviously this is just a loss. Okay, she sacked it. I thought she'd raise it. Okay, and there's her archer hero I think I saw before. And now she has enough movement to besiege? No, she doesn't. Well, okay, of all the outcomes that was not the worst. The army's force marching away. Yeah, they're obviously going to run away too. Okay, the dwarves are going after the orcs on my territory and going to be smashing them by the looks of it. Although they're taking a lot of damage. Yeah, so the orcs got wiped out. Ah, and this idiot came back and started raiding me again. Sigh. Yeah, now I'm now facing a rebellion in Averland.
This night.
Alright, and there's another army of Drychas. The attrition, I mean, yeah, the attrition is it's going to take its toll on these armies for sure. But they are, they do look very strong. Okay, these are aspects that are a bit like the green skin scrap upgrades, I guess. Yeah, all of these malevolent dryads are going to be tough for our vampires to beat. It's going to be very difficult fighting both these armies at once. Alright, none of the Empire factions want peace treaties, I'm guessing.
Yes? Von Carstein.
Sig, deliver your missive and...
Sir, do not wait. Who called? Von Carstein. What? I will not parley with the dead. Begone, abomination.
Yeah, they're not interested. Okay.
Ready. Greetings. Now stand before
Alright,
the rightful
we're getting somewhere here
of Stirland.
in terms of agreements with Manfred. Really, this is the one I really want.
No.
Yeah, he's not interested. We have a lot of gold, or a fair amount for this stage of the game anyway. Let's see if... Just to check. No, he's not interested even for all our money.
Thou art overruled.
Okay, well... where are you?
Greeting.
I don't want a defensive alliance necessarily.
I refuse.
I do want military access, but I guess we're still a little ways away from getting it. Yeah, our relation's still on the way up because of all our actions against the Empire, that's good. And he doesn't like the Wargrove of Woe. He just doesn't want to fight them. Okay, how much vampiric corruption do I have here? 18%.
For the wisdom of Valea. Bow before me.
So, at the end of this turn there's going to be a rebellion spawn near Averheim. I'm not sure exactly where in the region, but near here. Then the turn after there's going to be a rebellion in the Moot. Yeah, and in fact I can tax it because it's not going to make a difference to when that rebellion happens. Well... No, it's -9 then -8. Probably. But if I had characters end the turn there, that could help the public order. Okay, so that's the quest completion for that. Alright, with Isabella's win 2 battles against the following race, the Empire, yep, I think that'll be happening. I certainly hope we win at least 2 more battles against the Empire. Okay, so why don't you swing up this way? Yeah, so there was this army that was in our territory, then retreated. I want to find the army of Talabakland. Okay, there's another army here, which we can't get to.
I will alone.
Can this army reach the Moot? Yeah, possibly. It's not particularly strong.
No.
So, one thing I could do is keep my troops in this area for 1 turn, fight the revolt army, then next turn
Absolutely not.
head back over to the Moot, retake the Moot if it's been captured, or yeah. These armies are so strong, I almost think I think it might be a mistake to try and like rush back here at all costs. I think they're just going to do a ton of damage and possibly end up raising both these settlements. There was never a point where Drycha looked weak, and so I'm not sure it would have been correct for me to try and go after her earlier on. I'm hoping eventually I can get Manfred to declare war on her, which would help a lot. Look, over here, I mean, you know, I don't want the Empire to recapture these territories, but it may just be that I can't realistically stop them. Yeah, one other annoying thing here is that the revolt army is going to spawn, like if we're standing here, the revolt army is likely to spawn over on like this side. Well, maybe I should sort of stand here and go into ambush stance, say. Just making absolutely sure no one can actually launch attacks here. No, and that's in camp stance, not force march anyhow. I stand here in ambush stance, the revolt will spawn and probably besiege Averheim because no one's going to be defending it. Whereas if I like station around the city in sight, then the revolt will probably spawn and just raid, and that will mean, especially if it appears over here, that will be extremely annoying because that takes me the opposite direction to where I want. I may also be able to catch these. There's some chance I can catch these, like both of these Sterland armies if I use ambush stance. I'm just reluctant to give up Averheim completely. So yeah, I think giving up Averheim, but if I knew I could hold Tempelhof, if the choice was like, if I had to give up one of these, I would rather give up Averheim. But because I think I'm losing Tempelhof anyway, that makes me more inclined to hold on to Averheim. Alright. Yeah, so let me just remind myself where the river crossings are. Okay, so... what if I stood around here and went into ambush stance? She can probably... well, moving back up to here is going to be very dangerous with Dreicher's armies. I was going to say she could probably make it back to the fort next turn if she started the turn here.
What do you want? Follow me. Deliver it unto me.
I think this is a bit like the Tomb King campaign where losing settlements at the beginning is not the end of the world, and it's way more important that I don't suffer, like I don't have my armies wiped out, essentially. Using armies in a, you know, figuratively, whatever. So, if I'm in the turn like this, the revolt spawns, and I'm pretty sure we'll just lay siege to Averheim right away. Yeah, the garrison's not even at half strength, so they're not going to look strong. It's going to be an Empire... yeah, it'll just be an Empire revolt, which is fine. I'm hoping I can kind of bait the Sterland troops into making ill-advised positioning, you know, ill-advised movements, and wipe some of them out kind of for free on my way up this way by being in ambush stance. Yeah, the moot. I can't really justify spending money on this when it's not clear that I can hold the moot. It's too bad that it'd be much nicer if this was a major settlement rather than Castle Tempelhof, and this could still be developing away while I'm under attack on the outskirts, but sadly it's not the case. Yeah, there's no way I'm demolishing the walls for another building here. There's every chance that I end up having to defend Schwarzhafen. Alright, well.
I thirst.
Maybe given what's been going on. Yeah, how about this? How about I have this vampire leave the settlement, or leave Castle Tempelhof and stand over here? I could put her in ambush stance, but she's still going to be... she'll eventually be she'll essentially be discovered if someone comes and attacks the fort. If somehow Castle Tempelhof doesn't get taken, it will help having her here by the time my other forces get over there, even though there's a limited number of armies in the battle, because I'm gonna have to split my troops up a little probably to like run down remnants of armies or what have you. I could even get another lord this turn, I guess. Yeah, it probably should just be another vampire lord. Oh, again, I'm kind of doing this because I have excess gold and territory is going to be the limitation. I can always disband armies if I have too many of them. What have we got in the moot here? It's basically nothing, right? No, it's at least at full strength. So maybe recruit another lord here. Like, if he's there, if he's here for even 2 turns, that's the recruit cost plus 15 or 1600. That's really not too much. Yeah, I don't care about Spirit Leech. I guess that marginally helps public order in the moot too, so there we go. Damage building, yeah, I'm not putting money into repairing that or upgrading the settlement. I know there's a rebellion. Okay, don't think there's anything else I can do right now. I think if I'd anticipated the situation, I possibly should have been trying to recruit more armies even earlier perhaps, but anyway. I think I just click the end turn button and then try and react as best as possible to what the enemies do. Yeah, so here's the rebellion army. Black Venom are wiped out. Well, okay. You're laying siege to Temple Half, surely. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, wow. Yes, the Wargrove of Woe declared war on Sylvania. Okay, that helps a lot. Manfred hopefully can come and help us deal with Dreicher. Okay, and this army came down and attacked my garrison. Yeah, that's fine. I guess adding this vampire didn't make it my army much stronger, so kind of a waste of money. But like I said, I've got an excess of money in the short term, and if there was some scenario in which they didn't decide to make this attack, like went after the fort instead, and I got to keep the vampire and make use of him, so I think that's fine. Okay. Well, that's convenient. We get to wipe out these armies next turn. Oh, the stupid dwarves have declared war on us and went after Grenstadt. Yeah, nothing I can do here either, unfortunately. So much for this being different from the This is Total War campaign, right? Holy crap, these other factions have been relentless. Oh, they actually fight the Visenheim army. That's right, I forgot rebels did that. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Let's see. Keep to your Sylvanian slums or face the Great Enchanter. Raise dead cost minus 15%. Literally useless. War further. Leadership plus 5 all armies. Very far from useless. Who brought them in the war? Oh, Visenland. Okay. Ambush foiled. Yeah, okay. Alright. Oh boy. So there's not much going on here, but I do need to send troops over if I want to hold that.
Unachievable.
No.
Dwarves raised Grenstadt completely, so it's just gone. Nice. Tempelhof is under siege and Eschen was destroyed.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
I can get a free look at this army again and the balance of power. Yeah. I'm definitely not sallying out here. They're taking attrition damage though, right? Doesn't look like they are. Did Strycher just not take attrition damage? No, I think she did take attrition last turn. So why isn't she taking attrition now while she's laying siege? Huh, that's really funny. Oh well, whatever. Well, hopefully Manfred...
Fellow beatless hearts, let us discuss.
Ooh, that's interesting.
destruction of the living.
Manfred got wrecked. Manfred must have had troops in Eschen. Well, Manfred's in terrible shape now. Yikes. There I was hoping Manfred would help us. Yeah, so he's more than happy to sign military access. Just out of curiosity... No, he wouldn't go for Confederation yet.
I hunt.
Alright, some interesting decisions here, I think. It may be sort of one step forward, two steps back for the next part of the campaign. Kind of looks like we're going to have to concede a lot of the territory we took, and kind of batten down the hatches, and like maybe even fall back to Schwarzhafen and just defend there. But
Darkness comes.
I guess one thing I'd say about doing that is, you've seen all the magic items I've gotten as drops already. Like, fighting battles repeatedly makes me stronger, even if I don't actually recruit more units.
I refuse.
So I feel like in that respect, it's not so important to be expanding quickly. Like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh boy, I'm not so confident about this one. It's fun though. It's been interesting to see how it's developed. The Empire factions have not hesitated to pile in, and Dreicher is more than a proverbial thorn in my side. Alright, well that's all for this one. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you for the next part.